You know that tiny plan you keep promising your future self? The one that always sounds great at midnight and dead by morning? Stop treating tomorrow like it's somebody else's problem. Your brain literally thinks future you is a stranger. So every time you swear you'll change, you're actually bargaining with some random person you don't care enough about to wake up at 6 a.m. That's why your goals vanish, your habits die, and your one day never shows up. If you want a different life, the hard truth is this. You have to stop outsourcing responsibility to a stranger and start inviting future you to live with you today. Here's exactly how. Chapter 1. The stranger inside your head. When you picture your future self, your brain uses the same circuits it uses for imagining strangers. That's not motivational language, it's neuroscience. So your brain asks, why would I make sacrifices for someone I don't know? That's why Monday motivation turns into Wednesday excuses. The imposter energy you feel when leveling up? It's the brain flagging unfamiliar identity as a threat. But this isn't a moral failing, it's a design problem. You're built to avoid risk, not to pursue growth. The solution isn't brute force, it's reconnection. Start treating future you like a real person. Write them a note, give them a name, describe their morning routine. Suddenly, future you stops being an abstract project and becomes someone you can consider in real choices. When you ask, would I make this choice for Sam, future you, your brain starts to weigh long-term consequences. That tiny framing shift is the bridge between intention and action. Chapter 2. Stop renting an identity that's not yours. Most of who you think you are came pre-packaged. Labels from school, offhand comments from adults, cultural scripts. These things stuck because repetition is a stronger glue than logic. So, you're living in a hand-me-down identity, wondering why it doesn't fit. The key is to stop defending those handed-down roles and start auditioning for who you actually want to be. You don't need to announce a full personality overhaul. You need experiments. One small, uncomfortable action that contradicts the old label. If you've been the quiet one your whole life, try speaking up once in a group and notice what happens. If you're the safe planner, do one spontaneous thing that scares you slightly. These micro-experiments create new data your brain can't ignore. Over time, the evidence builds and your identity updates. You're rewiring from labels to lived experience, and that's how real change sticks. Chapter 3. Shadow work. Use your rejected parts as fuel. Everything you deny about yourself is not gone, it's brewing. That anger you shame, that ambition you call selfish, the impulsive side you hide at parties, those parts are energy. Instead of pretending they don't exist, learn to channel them. Repression doesn't make the parts vanish, it sharpens them into sabotage. Integration means reclaiming the useful parts. Your anger as boundary setting, your ambition as drive, your impulsiveness as creative risk. Start small. When a forbidden thought surfaces, don't label it bad and shove it down. Ask, what does this want? If it's ambition, design a one-week plan to use that drive on a tiny project. If it's anger, practice naming it and setting a one-line boundary. The shadow isn't an enemy. It's a toolkit you refuse to open. Use it and you turn hidden fuel into forward motion. Chapter 4. The micro-experiment system. Big transformations scare your brain. Tiny experiments fly under its radar. Choose one 2-minute action that slightly contradicts who you've been and repeat it daily until it no longer triggers a protest. Maybe it's sending the email you've been avoiding saying "I can't" to one obligation, or practicing a 60-second pitch of your idea. Track the result. Your brain loves data. Each small success is a deposit into your future self account. After 2 weeks, raise the load a little. This is progressive overload for identity. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is incremental evidence that the new you is safe and effective. Pair the experiments with a ritual, a short warm-up, one sentence you tell yourself before you act, and a 2-minute journal note after. Rituals convert random bravery into reliable progress. Conclusion. Stop leaving your life to a stranger. Start today. Here's the simplest, most radical thing you can do. Write one sentence from the perspective of your future self right now. Not a fantasy, something believable. Then make one micro-experiment that proves that sentence possible tomorrow. Tell someone about it. Do it in public if you have to. the smallest acts compound faster than the loudest intentions. Stop voting for a future you don't recognize and start creating one you'd actually defend. Your future self isn't a stranger. They're a project you either fund or neglect. Fund them. Start today. Comment below with your one micro-experiment. Hit subscribe if you want the step-by-step plan that turns 2-minute courage into a new identity. Do the thing that scares you slightly and come back to tell us how it went. Your next season is waiting, and it's time you met the person who'll inhabit it. Start today.